this one first. Okay.
Guess what car he told me was the better car, which is confirmation when you was talking to the gentleman who owned the 63. He said the only person that I posed as a threat,
that 5'7",
was a 5'7". Well, my
This one first. Okay.
Guess what car he told me was the better car, which is confirmation when you was talking to the gentleman who owned the 63. He said the only person that I posed as a threat,
that 5'7",
was a 5'7". When my man hit me, he said, Lace, before you speak on that 63 and the 57, I'm a lowrider guy. The 57 was a better build. Quality-wise, you know what I mean? Everything was just different. The details in the car, everything was different.
Oh, crazy.
So I'm like, damn, okay, that makes sense. So he sends me pictures.
Bro, ain't it? That bitch tough.
And he sent me pictures, up close pictures of the 63. And I like both of them, but the better
that
car
57.
was a 57.
Fact.
So how is it we're constantly hearing the 63 versus the Cadillac? Right. But when you got those three cars sitting in a lowrider show, the Cadillac wouldn't have never been a part of this equation.
No, and the 57 was right behind the Cadillac.
And Tweet, my man, I fuck with Tweet the long way. One of the OGs in the car gang.
Facts. Big up.
My man who built all my Harleys, that's Tweet first cousin. So we got a direct relationship, but I'ma still call a spade a spade.
Right.
Freddie is trying to build relationships with the big dogs. He is part of a club called the Professionals, which is a large lowrider club. Mm-hmm. The judges that's a part of that show is a part of the Professionals, right? If you go back to a couple years before, the yellow 63, 62, I think, the yellow one that competed for the lowrider, they took that man's key and gave that key to the Rari guy, right? So when you sit back and you look at the history of what's been going on with with Ross's show, I believe it's not Ross. Ross just there to get the pay and go on back in the house and do what he do best.
Show face, do his thing, chill at his house, enjoy the show.
Y'all use my name, run it up, let me get my bag, get your bag, and everybody go out their way.
Right.
With this lowrider situation, now I'm looking at the person. I'm looking at the person now. Well, what is it? Why is this 57 not even a part of the conversation?
Bro, so I just dropped the video on that motherfucker this morning. Like, this shit crazy for this 57.
I went and looked at the owner now. Now I'm putting myself in the owner's shoe. Let me go look at the owner.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense now. It make all the sense in the world now. Okay. Yeah. There's some jealousy and some envy there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This game right. He got this motherfucker likely could have been hustler of the fucking year with this shit he got over there.
Hey man, bro got garages, man, with lifts up in them and everything. With all SVJs.
GT3 RSs. Bro, what the fuck?
Like, how is this possible? So I'm looking at the man now. So then I'm like, okay, let me think about Luke. So now I'm looking back, I'm going back to the beginning, hustler of the year. Oh, Luke posed a threat. Okay, let me fast forward to see. Midwest Rick, he deserved it. This boy came up there with everything. All uniform. Everyone his car was red and gold. Easy money came through that joint. Everything black and red.
Black and red.
So when you sit back and you go and look at this show from year 1 to year 5, you can clearly see there's some personal shit that's going on inside this show that need to be better. And if I was Ross, me, I would say, look, man, to save the integrity of my name, because I fuck with bosses all around the world.
Right.
My whole image is about being the biggest boss. The shit that you doing ain't boss.
That ain't boss shit.
That ain't boss shit, man. And you gonna ruin my legacy and the integrity of my show and my face card by making these poor decisions that you making. Same thing, getting on the internet, arguing with people. We got major brands that sponsoring this car show. We got white people from around the world where we're trying to bridge a gap to bring everybody together. And they going back to this internet and they seeing people go at each other throat on the internet about personal shit. Has absolutely nothing to do. And by Freddie being the face of the show, Freddie was supposed to diffuse that situation. I get it. You don't want no man to call you a hoe. But
facts.
When that man reached out to you before it made it to the internet, did you answer his phone calls?
Facts.
Did you clear that up before it made it to the internet? So now you pushing the person's back up against the wall and like, okay, then nigga, you avoiding me.
Right.
So I'm finna go on here, man, and let the world know what's going on.
For sure, because Eddie said allegedly Eddie said that he approached Freddie and told him this shit was rigged. And Eddie said Freddie's response was, we ain't going by that low rider point shit. But Eddie said a judge came to him, approached him, and told him, like, I don't know what happened, but when we turned in our results, we had you winning.
And you know what? By Eddie being heavy out on the West Coast, right? The people out there in the low rider culture, they know Eddie. Right. You know what I'm saying? Those judges is from the West Coast. And by them knowing that this type of shit is going on, it's ruining the integrity of them as well. So before I let you ruin my face card for this temporary money that you giving me once a year to come do your show, I do this at multiple shows that they allow me to do my job.
Right.
So at some point, the judges is going to have to come out and say, hey, man, look, this is what's going on. And if they got an NDA, get out the way.
Get out the way. Right.
Hey, man, let me remove myself from this entirely because this ain't cool what you doing. Hey, bro, for Rick Ross, for Lou to get all those cars there, man, you know, just probably in gas and transport, bro, you'll probably spend $20,000 just in the production.
Just that, bro. Just loading, transporting, everybody going. People don't understand that shit. To do that, to get that amount of cars there to that show, that shit is, man, people gotta comprehend this shit. And then you gotta think about this.
I'm gonna tell you another thing to look at.
Why he can't stream while he there? That's his bag. That's his other avenue. He putting all this shit in. He got to get as much as he can up out of this shit. This whole trip, this streaming, especially the man don't get the key. He's still trying to build his fucking brand.
Hustler.
Facts.
But go back and look. If you go back and look, Freddie and Landlord, they got a personal relationship. They doing interviews together. Ross really, hey man, I just found some intel on the situation. said, my man Majestic said none of them are from the professional car club. I can stand to be corrected. I was told that one of the judges was from the professionals. But this my man with the 62 that lost. Majestic 61. He got a clean rag. But where was I at?
We were talking about Lou with the whole transport and getting everything there.
So let me go back to the 57 and the 63. Let's talk about the display. Let's talk about the display.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
The display alone on the 63 was better than the display of Tweet. Tweet just bought a rug, put the bitch on jack stand, because they already knew what the outcome was.
Race ramp jack stands. I'm talking about nothing custom, personalized about them. I said that in my video. Even in the display, Mac 10 lost that shit when you look at just display alone.
Okay, now let's go to the speaker box.
I mean, I used to go down to Callan Road and pick them bitches up at the flea market.
Not for your show car.
Right, not for the.
Not when you trying to win no points.
Not when you trying to get no points. Facts.
So, where I'm trying to get at, and like I said on my thing, like I said from my situation, when I sit back and I look at this whole car show with business, business always has to have room to grow, especially as time progresses, right? But whoever owns the business has to be willing and wanting for it to grow. But if you sit back and you're making the same decisions over and over and over again, and it's proven that the system and that's in place is not working, now you have to implement a better system. And the best way of having a better system, right, is one, put a system in place that nobody can fuck with. Put an electronic system together that cannot be manipulated. The same way if there's a raffle, you can't go back and manipulate that raffle. Once you put it in there, that's what it is. Once you announce it, I can't pick the winner. They pick it for me.
Right.
They need to open up a system to build the integrity of the show. My girl Lynn, she building a system like that. That car shows need to use to bring them into place, eliminate all the fuckery, get all the bullshit out the way, and everybody can enjoy the show. You ain't gonna have bad reviews that the show was rigged, because everything is electronically done and can't nobody get involved. They're trying to do a 100-year system and rewrite the blueprint. Bro, it's 2026. The shit that we were doing in the 80s and 90s, that's over with.
That's over with. Right, that's over with. It's either one or two things. Either you gonna have the most nostalgic, utmost integrity upholding people that's gonna be in here, don't give a shit about no sway, or like you said, you're gonna go to a system that's gonna eliminate as much human error as possible, and this way when it roll through, cool, you can't please everybody. Somebody's still gonna feel fucked up, but it's gonna be less, because like, listen, the criteria is gonna be the same every time. The only thing that can change that outcome is you, your build, and what you do to this motherfucker. That's
I'm gonna tell you at the big shows, when they walk around on your car, when they do those X's on your point sheet, your paint, it got orange peel. Your welds, they got this. Your engine compartment, it was this, right? And at the end, when I go to a judge, hey, why did my car lose? Here you go.
This is why.
And you can go back and fact check this. You can go back and look at your car, your own car, and you can review it, and you can go back and say, man, I appreciate that. Now I know I need to go back.
I know what I need to work on. That's what I used to do. After a show, I'd go to the judge like, hey, I don't need to know whether I won or I didn't. I'm going to say, hey, what did I need to work on? I don't see a motherfucker go through his clipboard, pull out this paper, say this is what you need to work on. That's all I need to know. I want to know where the fuck these score sheets at, bro.
I want to see
score sheets at.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. Me and you get in a fight in the ring.
Right.
I got the judge's scorecard. I know what judge voted what.
Right.
And everything. I know what rounds he voted. I know it all.
Right.
Why is this one of the only shows that has no history of the voting? Nobody can tell me, don't get it twisted. Tweet car, that Cadillac, is definitely a masterpiece.
For sure.
But it's Freddy's taste. Go look at the 63 that Freddy got, the hard top. What is it? It's built back to OEM better than OEM. He got a very clean 63.
That motherfucker hard too, yeah. That bitch clean. That bitch crispy.
So when you look at that,
even in the engine bay, look at the engine bay.
Engine bay
look like it came
out
the
factory. Motor look like it came out the factory, and the motherfucker LS.
Right.
But when you sit back and you look at the history, bro, and you just look at what's going on within that show, dog, it's clear as day that Freddie has personal input on all of these shows. Him and Ross probably had their first argument the day that he took that key and handed it to Fred Rory. The day he did that, me and Rory talked. Rory was surprised that they let him win because he was under the impression dude didn't really fuck with him because of, they Florida business, right?
Right.
So when he got to the show, he was surprised at how much Ross embraced him. But when Freddie seen it, Freddie was highly pissed off, bro. It's a video still out. Freddie was highly pissed off because he didn't know that he was going to do that. So why would you be pissed off? Only way you're going to be pissed off if it went against something that you already knew was supposed to happen.
Right.
So the moral of it is, man, it's too much personal shit going on. You know what I mean? And I ain't speaking because of men, because everybody know when I talk, I don't be biased. I've always given Freddie his flowers. You know what I mean? I never disrespected the man. But it's clear as day that the moment that somebody with a voice speaks out in regards to what's going on, it shouldn't lead to disrespect. It shouldn't lead to hate. You know what I mean? You got to remove the fuckery, remove the hating, remove the bullshit, bro. Right. And that show is supposed to be the Super Bowl of car shows.
Facts. And it's got all the damn potential to be so if you don't keep doing shit that's going to fuck it up. And I need to say something else to people. Somebody giving their account or their experience in a situation, y'all got to stop with the notion just because y'all don't feel that it's giving somebody their flowers you personally like, that is hate. If you can't ever look at your constructive criticism and look at the shit that is low about you so you can work on that, you'll never be a better person. And if we can't look at this show and call out the bullshit that Mac 10 and Rick Ross hanging out on the fucking balcony and chatty patting it up, and we looking at these displays, we looking at these cars, nobody's not saying Tweet didn't build a fucking masterpiece, but I'm saying this, if a motherfucker if we went back to that same era, let's just go back to that era, the 90s, early 2000s. If a motherfucker went to the lot, bought a car, put switches or airbags on it, and just brought it to the motherfucking show, it's crisp, it's production, you motherfuckers would laugh them out the motherfucking property. Y'all would laugh them off the property. Like, you can't come in this motherfucker with that stock shit.
They rewriting the blueprint it's all about selfishness, bro. You know what I mean? I gotta save face with my man Mac 10. Do I believe Rick Ross was the one told him to win? Nah, I don't believe that.
We ain't saying that.
I do believe that Freddie played a major role in it because of the relationship that he has been building with Tweet. Go back to the first. Tweet is the one to build cars for Freddie.
And when Freddie needs a car built, Cadillac ain't the first one.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
For sure.
LeBron James 64, right? You got to think. You got to look at this history of what's going on, bro. And if you look at the history of what's going on, Freddie is the culprit. He's in the middle of it all. And if you remove dude out the way, and all you gotta do is listen to him talk. If you listen to somebody talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves, dog. Same thing with Kenny from I-95. Kenny is a great street car builder. He can build a car that you can ride from here to fucking Atlanta, Georgia, here to LA. You know what I mean? He does that. You gotta give him his flowers for that. But do you build the quality of a car that's supposed to be a show winner? They spending $8-9 grand on these keys, right? Do your car deserve to compete at that level? No. Because they got street cars such as like Novacar. Novacar was a cleaner build. But the reason why Kenny was able to manipulate the situation is because Kenny knew the lowrider point system that they were using, bro. That's why he put overlays on olive oil frame, the engine compartment, the interior details that wasn't, it go back to exactly what you just said. The interior situation, right? That's more in the NOS lane, right? If you go look at the dome, go look at Nava Dome, it's back to factory spec, and the only thing we changed, we added gold pieces in there. Freddie had a full custom interior. Diamond cut stitching, there go points.
There go the points, right?
Custom pieces, there go the points.
Right.
So, the first year, they needed Nava to win because Nava was the leader of the dunk culture top 5 was the leader of the leader of the dope culture. I need him to win because I need them to come back next year.
Right, there you go. I need him to come back next year. Big shout out to Eddie in the chat because I was just about to talk about the undercarriage situation. I'm not saying tweets, undercarriage of that Cadillac looked like it just came off the motherfucking General Motors assembly line. But when you compare Eddie's 57 Chevy undercarriage to that shit, I don't understand how you come out with that motherfucking type of damn outcome, bro.
I don't get it either. Some dude from Miami lowriders and now so many assumptions from the outside. Well, when you enter a car show, you're going to always have criticism from the outside. I don't understand how people can get on here and expect people not to be criticized when we clearly see something wrong. That's not the first show that none of us have been to. I've won shows throughout the country. Best luxury, best of show, best truck, best motorcycle. And I have never seen what I'm witnessing at the Rick Ross car show. Never. And whoever this guy is, if he's Miami lowrider, him and Freddie got history. Because that's the culture that Freddie come from. He came from the Miami lowrider culture. That's what he loves. If you go back to East Coast riders, he never liked donks. It was always been a lowrider. That's the reason why I'm saying that there got to be some personal shit going on, because Freddie come from the lowrider culture and he knows that that Cadillac, in terms of lowrider, would not have even been in the same category. Even the first year. Remember they had all them badass lowriders from LA came?
Crazy turnout with them motherfuckers, bro.
Show cars. You notice they haven't been back, right?
That's true.
None of the big show cars have came back.
Dogs.
Because they were criticized for it. Because they like, bro, you can't do that.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, man. No, I want to be clear when we say this. Nobody's hating on Freddie. Nobody's hating on Tweet. Nobody's hating on Mac. Nobody's hating on Ross. Nobody's hating on Eddie. But y'all gotta cut this shit out like y'all blind as fuck all of a sudden. We are looking at 2 competitors. You motherfuckers watch boxing from your house more than you done ever been to Las Vegas front row in the seat. Y'all call that shit all the time. 3 competitors. We still talking about Game Changer 63. We talking about Mac 10, and we talking about this 57 Chevy. And I'm gonna tell you, just like Lay said when he came on here, when Game Changer Clint said the only car that I saw that should have had something on it was that 57, he was not fucking lying. And I always wondered, because I started looking and say, why am I not seeing this 57 more often on the Rick Ross page? Why I don't see this motherfucker posted up like this? And I started looking at it.
You didn't even see them really posting him.
No, you just seen him with the trophy. Yeah, one picture that they had with the Rick Ross trophy, which I can kind of write that off for promotion because you can use that and post it. But no extra videos. I seen more on Clint 63 and the Cadillac than the 57, and the 57 was fucking killing. So that shit popped a light bulb in my head. I said, you know what? Let me reach out to this dude. Let me reach out to Eddie and get some information on shit. Let me get more pictures, more videos of this car. And bro, the more and more I dug in that shit, I said, bro, this shit foul as fuck.
It's foul, bro. And you know, every video that I've seen you talk on, every video that they've seen me talk on, I have always given this show its flowers. I have always given Ross his flowers, Freddie his flowers. So there's no history of hate in terms of Ross, Freddie, or the show.
We want it to be better.
Yeah, that's it. For the culture in a whole. You got people that's spending a lot of money. At least allow a person to have a fair shake. If I come up there and I got a street dog and I done spend $150,000, $200,000 in my car, right? That shouldn't exclude me from being able to compete, right? I should be included into those categories, because just because somebody got more gold on their car than me don't mean that they got a better quality of a build than me. So what are we basing these judges on? Are we basing it on the details alone? Fuck the quality, leave that outside, and let's just go to the point system? Or are we building these cars that we gonna go down the line and check it off? But you know, man, the world, hey man, one thing I admire about you, dog, I don't see nobody reposting bullshit. Everybody is reposting me and you because we saying the shit that nobody wants to say. Right. And now they sitting back saying, what do we got to hate on though? I'm guaranteeing you living your life, I'm living my life. I'm not making no money on this. I'm not losing no money on this. Right? So for me to speak on it, I'm speaking on it because it's not fair, bro. I won a key. So if anybody, I should be out the way.
Right.
I want a key
You
already.
can go chill. You don't even need to worry about it. Right.
But I'm looking at the history of what's going on, bro, and I strongly believe that if they remove Freddie, let Freddie get your check, be in the background, be the production guy, because it's your show, fall back and allow the real people to come in and take control of this situation, you're going to make way more money. Not only going to make way more money, your face going to remain clean. You know what I mean? Everybody going to feel that they had a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit back and say a box Chevy need 50 entries and every other entry only got 4 or 5. Why does a box Chevy have to? So basically what you're saying is, them niggas that drive them box Chevys, they ain't worth being in my show. So when you go to any major show, if I got a box Chevy, right, and I enter it into the show, it's just as important as any other car in there. I paid my money to be in this show.
Right. I paid my money
so
to be
I
on
need
this
to be
floor.
judged.
I
paid my money. I need to be judged just like the rest of them.
Facts. Wherever I land and wherever I am is where I am. But I deserve the same amount of attention and scrutiny as everybody else that's in this motherfucker, man.
Man, believe that, man. But I think, man, they can hate. They can say that it's hate. They can say whatever they want to say, bro. All I want to do is because I know I don't stand a chance at the car show because of personal reasons. But if you remove the personal reasons,
right? That's where it's fucked up.
Hey, bro. Somebody asked a while ago why they banned me. Me and Freddie was on live. Me and Freddie was on live on 134 Coke page one day. We had a back and forth. I was giving the boys flowers, and the man said something about the reason why you can't finish your car because you broke.
That's when is that when he told you to sit on the sideline?
No, that's recent. That's recent.
Damn.
He said the reason why I couldn't finish my car was because I was broke. I went back and forth with him in that conversation.
Right,
Next thing I know, Lynn, free my boy Lynn from Turkey Leg Hut hit me up and said, hey, you know Freddie banned you from the show. I said, huh? He said, yeah, bro, Freddie banned you from the show. And I'm like, damn, just because we had some words, I didn't call him out his name. We didn't get into disrespect. We had a difference in opinion, baby.
Right.
But hey, it is what it is. I don't need to be at that show. That's why he banned me. So that just lets you know, if the nigga banned me then, what you think he doing behind the scenes with all these other cars and all these relationships? Bro, I'm not fit to bring. And you know how much money it costs to leave from California with diesel fuel to go all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, with a trailer on the back?
With a hauler?
Hey, bro. So if I'm coming, best believe I'm leaving out with something.
That's your mentality. That's how you.
That's my mentality.
Right, that's your mentality. I ain't coming all this way for nothing. Now, I do want to say this. I want to clear this up. We're not necessarily saying you only showing to show up for an award, but I'm coming to fucking compete. This is what I love to do. I'm coming to see if my build is better than your build, and if it's not, then how I need to step up. That's what this shit is about, people. Y'all got it fucked up thinking it's some other way. It might be elsewhere, but it's not right here on this live.
And you know what? If more people will just come and state their opinion on what they feel, instead of sitting back and allowing me and you to be the only motherfucker that's talking about it publicly, I think the world will start to see what we see. For what it is, everybody just like, hey man, I'm gonna just fall back. I ain't gonna go next year. I'm not gonna put a car in there next year. You know what I mean? Okay, that's cool. That's your prerogative. But what about if you for the culture, what about the people that's spending the same money that you spend to go to this show and they don't stand a chance?
Right. And the future generation of builders.
That's all I'm saying, man.
And that microcosm that Lace just spoke about, I mean, that shit go down as far as even in your community. You see shit going fucked up and you just like, hey, I done made it out. Yo, my grandfather always like, if you make it up a level, drop a ladder down. If you make it up another level, drop a ladder down. Because you need to say some type of pathway for other generations to follow you up and go further than you go. If you ain't building no generation behind you, when you gone and all that gatekeeping shit, it's fucking the future generation up. So we saying we want this car show, we want something like this, the Super Bowl of motherfucking car shows to be what it is, but it gotta have some integrity, character, and what's being displayed right now, what we are clearly seeing, the shit don't line up.
Hey bro, even my homeboy that got me in the cars, I have not yet to see him speak on my behalf on none of these lives. And he know my history because he got me in the cars. But he's a big key holder. You know what I mean? He holds a key. You know what I'm saying? Freddie then gave him a key. He got a relationship with Freddie. But at no point did he get on there and tell the boy Freddie, hey, dog, you speaking, hey, man, even on the back line.
Right. Yo,
even on the back line. Hey, man, you know, Lace, I've been knowing Lace for many years, bro. Right. We done did a lot of collaborations, you know what I mean? You wrong. You wrong about that. So it just goes to show niggas don't want to burn their bridges with Freddie. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's what's going on. Only reason why people not talking is because they don't want to get banned like Lace was banned. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
They don't want to get laced, bro.
They don't want to get laced, man. But that's what's going to happen if your ass get on here and you talk about them. They not going to even want you on the premises.
Yeah.
And you ain't said nothing wrong, but I don't give a damn. Hey, bro, I could go right now today. I got 5 people that's sitting on a bunch of money that's saying, hey, Lace, let's go put us a show together, right? If I really just wanted to be if my goal was to shit on Freddie or shit on Ross.
Got you.
Even if I don't have a name that Ross has, it's starting to show that this ain't really Rick Ross car show. This is Freddie car show with Rick Ross's name attached to it. And I know for a fact that me and the other 5 guys that I deal with, if we put our face card on a car show, we'll blow Freddie out the ballpark because we all self-made bosses. We don't need Rick Ross. We got the streets, we got the entertainers. I come from the music industry. You know what I mean? I can get the same amount of niggas that come to Ross's show to come to my show. From basketball players, football players.
You can get the star power.
The star power, the easy part. The hustler part. Every hustler gonna be there. So the whole thing is, if that's something that was my goal, was to be in the car show industry and to do my own car show,
you would have been dead.
I would.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure, even with you, bro, it's just a matter of principle. And I feel like the show ain't living up on its principles, bro. And I feel that once they remove certain personal aspects out of that show, because the show is what it is. It's a beautiful show.
It is.
The production is great. The energy.
Yeah, the energy, everything. The fact that you get to walk amongst other people that you thought you would have to ask for autograph as common people and just talk it up.
And they just walking up to you. What's up, homie? Let me take a picture.
It's a beautiful situation, bro.
That Freddie came with the idea he stole from Coke. That's the truth. You notice that after the show, he gave Dog a 458 Ferrari, gave him a Wraith. You know what I mean? Every year there's another reward. So I got to keep pushing this show. I got to keep getting my people to win this show, because the more of my people that I get to win this show, they're going to continue to come back. But what he's looking at is the people. The people. They got Facebook forums where people talking about this. Man, I spent $1,000 to get in that show with me, my wife, and my son.
Oh, that's another.
Our shows are traditionally for the people.
For the people.
That's not a show for the people. That's a show for who got the most money.
Damn.
$300?
Y'all see what Mercedes-Benz Stadium did, right? You see, they said, you know what? These motherfucking prices, a family of 4, they got to come in here and spend $500-600 to come to the game. We got to drop them concessions. Now a family can actually come and enjoy the NFL game. And what happened? Business fucking spiked up.
Bro,
you got to take care of people.
You forgot Ross was giving out Wingstop? Why would you charge me $3,000 to bring my vendor truck in and you fucking handing out food?
You cutting into my money to try to get an ROI in this motherfucker.
You feel me? It's all political, dog.
That's a good one, bro. You ain't never lied about that. Like, you ain't even supposed to do that. That's like when you got a distribution deal with a parts company. It's like y'all got certain rules. Like, hey, I'm not selling the parts. You selling the parts, but you pay this percentage and you pay attention to your MAP pricing. That's disrespectful, and I understand. Ross, like, I'm still a vendor, man, I'm gonna get it. But bro, if I'm paying you $4,000 to come vendor my food business, and then you handing out, you're taking money out of my mouth to try to get my return back and then feed my family and want to come back again. That's true. Lace brought
that's all I'm saying.
On that one. I ain't even think about that shit.
That's all I'm saying is the show got to be better. Niggas got to stop looking at that show as a hustle, man, because a lot of people doing this shit for the love, not because of the hustle. Because why would I want to spend $20,000 to get my car to your show if I didn't love it? That's a lot of money they're taking out of my kid mouth. Why would I spend all this money to come to your show just to be seen, just so I can go and meet people. Man, I don't need to spend 20. I can spend that 300 and come in there and walk around and meet everybody.
Right. Facts.
But I'm bringing all my shit there to put this campaign together for not for just you.
Part of the
I'm doing this for the point of the
culture, bro.
Man. We get back to the culture, man. I promise you, bro, this shit gonna be better. Think about it. Rides Magazine. Remember they show, the Ride Show. Remember the Forgiato Fest. The Dove Show.
Dove Show.
Remember the Dove Show. Swift used to come through that bitch. Dove had to shut down. They're too strong. Nobody could fuck with Swift. Man, them boys came from Swift. They had Swift Car Club all throughout the country with every different kind of car. So when you sit back and you look at all of this and you sit back and say, man, I think what would sum this whole conversation up, are they telling the truth? And what can we do to be better? And Ross can't continue to enable Freddie by Freddie might make a post about somebody hating on him. Ross are going to like the post. But somebody can go and make a criticizing comment about your show that can make your show better, and you won't even go and like on that comment, but you follow the same people.
Boom. Boom.
You know what I mean? Sometimes your boss or your father or your brother, people can enable you because of love they got for you. But if you separate the personal relationship that you and I have, hey man, you fucking up, homie.
You fucking up, right.
Hey man, I got one of the #1 names in the game right now. I got the #1 record in the country. I don't need my name attached to no controversial bullshit, right? You on here arguing back and forth with niggas on the internet, posting subliminal posts on the internet. Bro, 57Freddy is Rick Ross in the car world.
Yes, true.
Period. So everything that you do needs to be in protection of the motherfucker that you're speaking for.
Yep.
Dog don't see that. He'll probably see it later on once Dog see what he did, and Dog, hey man, take that down. That ain't looking good. Right. He put a post up about me being a clown. The comments ate him up. It's too many niggas been seeing me for the last 20 years for niggas not to go on your page and eat you up.
And believe
right
that
now.
Right.
The man went 3 days back to back. I'm like, damn, bro, am I saying something so accurate that you got to start attacking my character because of the accuracy?
Yeah.
I'm hitting you with accuracy.
Right. Facts, stats. So you know what happens when you come to somebody in a debate, you bring facts and stats, and then they start off with personal attacks. You already know, hey, I must be
coming
right.
at me with the Trump campaign. Hey, every time Trump get in a debate, he get to hit the motherfucker personal.
Yeah, personal. Motherfucker ain't got no knowledge, acumen, no backing up, just personal shit.
Just personal, nothing to do with politics.
Paper mache arguments, bro. That's why I call them paper mache arguments.
Man, I'm down here. I'm down here in Miami now, man. Getting my teeth redone, man. So I really didn't want to get on live, but I gave you my word, man.
I appreciate you ladies doing that shit, bro. I'm gonna get up with you again, and one more time, man. Shout out, condolences, and more positive blessings to you, your friends, and family, brother. And I really appreciate you taking the time, man, because some people don't want to take it because they either afraid of the questions I'm gonna ask or they're afraid to have a conversation that might keep them out of another room, bro. And I don't give a fuck. I'm just, hey man, I love the dialect, man. 4th of July weekend, I kicked my podcast out, man. I got a hell of a production room, a production team, bro. I like the dialect. My show not primarily about cars. It's pretty much about game in general, from the car game, the jewelry game, fashion game, real estate game, anything to do with somebody being able to progress their life better. And I'm going to have segments where I'm strictly talking about cars because I come from that culture, man. I'll definitely love to fly you in, man, on my dime so we can sit across each other, man, and have a better conversation. Hey, bro, I'm down for it. Let me know. Shit, I'm getting over some recovery shit. I'll make it happen, bro. I'll bring my medical